afternoon. And welcome to the commencement ceremony of the Center School Class of 2024. To begin, we acknowledge that we reside on the ancestral and historic treaty lands of several sovereign Native American nations of the Lushootseed-speaking Puget Sound Coast Salish peoples. We recognize that these sovereign nations continue to hunt, fish, live on, and steward this land today, and that these nations only agreed to cede certain rights to these lands in exchange for legal obligations and responsibilities promised by the United States and its citizens. We recognize that the United States and its citizens have consistently failed to fulfill their treaty promises, obligations, and responsibilities to these Native nations, continuing to the present day. As citizens and future citizens of the United States, we must commit to holding our government, elected representatives, and our fellow citizens responsible for redressing past failures to meet our collective treaty obligations and for meeting those obligations into the future, as our residence on these lands is morally conditional on those original treaty agreements between mutual sovereign nations. As the U.S. Constitution states, treaties are the supreme law of the land. Finally, we'd like to acknowledge the land itself and the life it has supported, supports, and continues to support. It is our responsibility as a people to remember, realize, and reflect on our past and present relationships with the Native peoples and stewards of all land, and to improve our standing with them. Thank you to David Lessart Meeks, Cat and Arrows for creating that meaningful land acknowledgement, which also draws on land acknowledgements from the Center School's Racial Justice Alliance, Seattle Colleges, and the Chief Seattle Club. During this commencement ceremony, we will be doing our best to preserve traditions begun by the late Molly Pritchard, all while trying to wrap up by 3:30 before the next graduation. So let's begin. Y'all, please welcome Principal Dr. Casey.
Good afternoon. What a beautiful day we have for graduation. The weather supports us. Parents support us. Our SPS dignitaries on the stage support us. Your mentor, advisor, teacher, Mr. Greenberg, supports us. Staff, your student body support us in this endeavor, this day, your day. First of all, we wouldn't be here without you. So I want to say congratulations, and I'd like to give a round of applause to the graduates of the class of 2024. Let's applaud them. You know, it's so interesting because when I think about writing a speech for each class, I don't. Because what I say comes from the heart. And it's about each and every one of you. It's about this class of 2024. And I can tell you that my speech starts with the senior luncheon that we just had and all the wonderful tributes that you gave to all the wonderful TCS staff. You honored them. You made so many of them cry with your words, your heartfelt words. You are the heart of the Center School for this day, this moment, this time, because we are celebrating your endeavors. We are celebrating your work. We are celebrating the fact that you set a goal and you stuck to that. You had tenacity. You had resilience. You were our social activist. You were our leaders in open house and so many of the things that we've done with students. You have been the role models, the mentors. You have stepped up your game at a time when you probably were just thinking, enough already. We demanded more, and you stepped up to the podium as you will do today. So you are here, well-deserved to be here. You are graduating because you made it. And you made it in a way that was so 24 credits, many community hours, running START students, regular graduates, valedictorians. We have 2 co-valedictorians. We are amazing. This is an amazing school. The Center School, because of each and every one of you, is an amazing institute. You poured your heart out because the people around you, the staff, your parents, they meant something to you. Your administrator, I meant something to you. I know that. You gave the words, you told us how much we meant to you. We applaud you. Because of you, we are all here. Because of you, we are all here to celebrate you in this huge accomplishment. It is only the start of your accomplishments because you are learned, you are powerful, you are the activists in your own lives. You deserve to be here, and we deserve and we honor the celebration of you. Now, it is not time for my speaking, it is time for you. So I am going to introduce our co-valedictorians to come up here and speak to you. Congratulations, class of 2024, and I introduce to you your two co-valedictorians, Vassar and Alyssa. Come on up, it's your time to speak. And before you speak, I'd like to present your certificates to honor your being co-valedictorians. Okay. Vassar, nothing more to say. You're a leader. You're amazing. You're awesome. You know all the things you've accomplished, all the things you've led. You've been on so many committees. BLT, you have been Student Voice. You have led open houses. You've been there for your cohort, for your group of other graduates, for the school, for our students, our other students. So I want to say congratulations to you. Definitely a dedication to excellence. Thank you. Alyssa, I love your smile. You're like, I am, when we told both of them that they were co-valedictorians, the smile has not left Alyssa's face. She was just ecstatic. And both of them were so happy to be named all the work that they've done at the Center School. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for all you've done at the Center School. Welcome, co-valedictorian. Okay, now I offer the mic to your co-valedictorians. It's been an honor to serve as your principal at the Center School, graduates of the class of 2024. Thank you.
Hello, Center School.
We're your 2024 valedictorians. I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Vassar. And we have a few things we'd like to say before we leave.
I've always heard people say, oh, you'll never forget high school. And while many people may doubt that statement, I don't. With the class of 2024, I've studied, played, and grown with the same group of students for the last 4 years, and those students have changed my life. The creativity that flows through the veins of everyone here is intoxicating. It fills the air of our school and has inspired me to go forward in this world and create. Not just for the sake of creating, but for the sake of change. My fellow students have taught me the most important lesson I've ever learned, whether they know they taught it to me or not. That lesson is to simply do what you can. It doesn't have to be big or even grand. It can be anything. Change in this world starts small, but even a small spark is all it takes to create a roaring fire. I could go on for hours about each person here and how much they've inspired me in so many ways. This is a message to my peers. Never stop being who you are. Others may judge you, you may critique yourself, but always stay true to your passions and morals. The truth is stronger than a dozen lies, so hold your truths close to your heart and never let go. You are all amazing people who I have seen grow, and I know a valedictorian speech is supposed to echo adventures of these years, but I instead wanted to speak directly to all of you, the class of 24, and say thank you. Because we need to tell each other that more often, so thank you. But that's enough for me, so I'll hand it over to Vassar.
Hey, chat. When I was deciding what to speak about today, the thing I wanted to most talk about was how much I love all of you. When I was deciding to go here 4 years ago, I chose Center because it's a weird place, and it's also closer to get to than Nova. Not every school is weird like this. At the end of August, I'm going off to St. Olaf College, which I'm super excited about. And I know I'm gonna find lots of weird people there to make friends with, but to have a lot of weird people, all collected together in one space is truly amazing, and I love it. I've heard some people say negative things about the Center School community, and I really wanna counteract that energy. I just love the community here. I think one of the greatest strengths of humanity is our diversity. And while Center School doesn't have a whole lot of racial diversity or political diversity, what we have is that people are not afraid to be weird. They're not afraid to be themselves, I think. And that, I think, is just truly special. I think the world is better when people are themselves. When Dr. Casey told us we were valedictorians, and ever since then, what she kept saying to me and Alyssa was, please, please, please do a song and dance in your speech. She said this over and over, right? Yeah. Yeah, she kept saying, please, please do a song and dance. So please stand as you're able and join us for the official Center School song and dance. Audience too, if you'd like. La 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 la. I'd like Miss Carroll to rescind her defamatory statement about my lack of whimsy.
Thank you, Center School, for letting us gab your ears off and for letting Vassar sing and dance.
We love you. Go forth and burn down hierarchical power systems.
Thank you, Alyssa and Vassar. Next up, we have a series of student speeches. Will the following seniors please come to the stage? Milo Clark, Sam McCarthy Grant, Charlotte Chioko McCrary, and Eros Nelson. Come on up, let's give them a round of applause.
All right, what is up, Center School community? My name is Milo Clark. Thank you so much for coming here on this June day to share this special moment with the class of 2024. To my classmates, I'm so proud of all of us. In our freshman year, we faced a collective trauma that will be seen in history books and dealt with some immeasurably difficult challenges that came along with the global pandemic. I remember sitting on my couch, staring at a computer screen, thinking, how will I ever recover from this? How will I ever make friends? Will we ever go back to something semi-normal? If I would have known the joy and love that the next 3 years would bring, maybe I would have been able to let myself sit back and enjoy the ability to wake up at 8:45 and only have 3 hours of class. We have gone from staring at each other's names in a Teams meeting to me being able to stand on this stage and look all of you in the eye and say, we did it. To the class of 2024, whatever path lies ahead of you, you now have the security of knowing that even though you were faced with extreme challenges in some of your most formative years, you persevered, you made it through, and you left all the wiser and all the stronger. To my teachers, thank you for being mentors as well as friends. Without your guidance and care, none of us would be sitting on this field today. You faced us as young teens walking into school for the first time in our sophomore year. You managed all of our social awkwardness and helped us grow into a group of smart young adults ready to walk across this stage and use the knowledge you've given us to make the world a better place. Which leads me to my final point here. I entered this school as a bright-eyed 15-year-old thinking I'm going to be able to take the train to school every day and buy food in the armory for every lunch. And just, despite so much unexpected change, each and every one of the people in this class helped me stay optimistic and gave me a better understanding of the fact that change is inevitable, and the only way to make it through is with a group of friends and a web of support to fall back on. Thank you for giving me good laughs, entertaining drama, and some really unforgettable moments over the 3 years of in-person school we've had together. I wish you luck on your journey from here on out, and let's make sure to keep in touch. Thank you.
Congratulations, class of 2024.
Yeah, hello everyone.
We had the most unconventional freshman year there ever was. On Microsoft Teams, cameras off, the chat constantly active.
Then, sophomore year, accommodations had to be made for social distancing requirements to be met. One being in this stadium, actually, where my theater class was for part of the year. One day, when there was heavy rain, we had class under those bleachers over there.
Junior year, we began to have more of a normal experience, less masking as the years progressed, and school dances started happening again.
And now, as seniors, we had our most normal high school year, and Mr. Greenberg asked me about Taylor Swift just about every class. It's been great. So, here we are at the end. We're excited to finally be graduating, but not as excited as Dr. Casey was when I finally turned in my PE forms.
We love the center school, and we're really glad that we went here. Thank you so much to all of our teachers who worked with us during our time here, and shout out to all the amazing friends that we've made.
So y'all gotta help us say it one last time for the class of 2024.
On the count of 3, we're all gonna say, la la.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. La la!
Thank you
Thank you all so much.
As I stand here in front of you all, I think about who we all were before we got here, before society put its standards on us, back when our parents' only expectations were that we ate all our vegetables, not that we aced every test. When it was okay to be loud, to take up space, to have fun. As I do that, time stops. All of you disappear, and standing in front of me is the little kid I once was. Her face covered in dirt, his hair in little pigtails, and the biggest smile on her face, and his favorite Hello Kitty t-shirt with confusing stains all over it. He looks up at me and asks, "Who are you?" A tear rolls down my cheek as I say, "I'm you, just a little bit older." Her smile grows even bigger as she asks, "Did all my dreams come true?" And that makes me pause, because I don't know if I remember what they were. After all, it feels like childhood ended so long ago. So I ask her. Her smile falters, but he goes on. "Well, I want to be a pirate. No, a princess. No, a knight in shining armor saving the stupid prince from the tower because he wasn't strong enough to fight the dragon off himself. Or maybe a doctor, a teacher, a dancer, a singer, an actor. I want to do so many things," he says, glee seeping from her voice. "But most of all, I want to write and watch as my words change the world and make all those crazy dreams feel just a little bit real." I smile, finally remembering what it was like to be a kid, realizing I don't think I ever really lost it. I look down at little me and say, "I haven't quite achieved all those dreams, but I'm working on the last one. And just you wait and see, after the world gets a taste of you and me, it won't know what hit it." I blink, and that little kid is gone, and you are all back in front of me. And so, as we sit here and reflect on who we were through high school and what we'll do after, think about what little you wanted, no matter how outlandish or simple. Whether that was to ride a T-Rex, to be an astronaut, to be the first woman president, become Spider-Man, or heck, a gas station attendant. Acknowledge that feeling in your heart and let that joy you felt when you were oh so small overwhelm you once again. I promise you, no matter what you do, who you are, or who you become, know that little you will always be proud of you.
Thank you, Milo, Sam, Charlotte, and Eros. Let's give them one more hand. Our final speaker today is our keynote speaker. I haven't called you yet. It was supposed to be dramatic. While many senior classes across the city and country invite elected officials like mayors or celebrities like Taylor Swift, the Center School seniors voted for someone who has had impacted their lives far more than that. Please welcome now Geraldine Carroll to the stage for our keynote address. Woo!
Look at all of you. You look gorgeous. I remember many of you when you first walked into or appeared in a little box in a Teams meeting. Well, when you first came to Center in whatever form, some of you confident and ready to take over. Some scared and hoping to blend in. Some of you with already made friends, and some of you alone and looking for a welcoming face. All of you wondered what high school would be like. Well, now you know. Now for a moment, let me speak to the audience. Look at them. They are here. Woo! They are here because of their work, but also because of you. You have lifted them up, helped with math homework, reviewed essays, attended drama performances, bought art supplies, encouraged them when they were down, and witnessed their growth. Thank you for all you have done. Now back to the graduates. I was speaking with Mr. Greenberg about parameters for this speech. He said I could speak for anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, and as many of you know, I'm a bit of a talker, so it's not going to be at that low end of the scale. And I could say whatever I wanted. He also said he suspected I would mention my father, nuns, and unions, so check, and check on those. I think I'm supposed to give you some inspirational words about the great lives you'll all have in the future. So lean forward and listen. You ready? I don't know the future. Nobody does. For example, when 7th grade started, if someone had told you that in the future you would spend a year and a half at home learning via a computer screen, you would have rolled your eyes in disbelief. Yeah, sure, buddy, that's gonna happen. And yet it did. Nobody knows the future. For example, in 1860, black men did not dream they would vote in mass numbers within 10 years. In 1900, children did not know laws would finally be passed that kept them out of factories. In the 1960s, the LGBTQ community could scarcely have believed that a married, openly gay man would be a top-tier presidential candidate at one point, and now a cabinet member. And get this, women actually believed in 1980 that we would soon have pay equity. Nobody knows the future. I graduated from high school in 1979. A few years ago, a student asked me what kind of computer I used in high school. The one we called a typewriter. I could not have dreamed that I would use a computer daily, that I would be able to walk around with a mini one in my pocket, or in your cases, the mini ones would be in your laps during class. That I could order Christmas presents in a moment and have them shipped to family in Europe. That surgeries that once laid people up for weeks at a time, leaving huge scars, could now be done in office and be proved only by a small mark on the skin. That I would give a speech at graduation and stand, ironically, between rows of the unhoused and a building that houses a philanthropic organization funded by one of the richest men in the world. Nobody knows the future. And while I can't predict the future, I can give you some of my truths. But first, I'm going to let you in on some secrets. But for a moment, I need the 9th, 10th, and 11th graders to cover their ears. Just for a moment. I swear, it's just for a moment. Cover your ears. Here are the secrets. Many people have lived perfectly good, happy, and productive lives without ever reading The Great Gatsby. Yeah. Others have gone on without solving quadratic equations. Some have survived without knowing anything about stoichiometry. And that includes me. I'm so sorry, Mr. Sidman. So why do we have you learn these things? Because you need to think. This is the greatest gift given to you by the universe, the gods, Darwinism, whatever force you embrace. You need to stretch your brain in ways that you wouldn't do on your own. You need to be able to look at things, analyze them, and apply that analysis to something new, because something new will always present itself. The future is unknown. The world is complex, and complexity demands intellect and reasoning. But Ms. Carroll, I thought you said you didn't know the truth. Well, I don't. This is my truth, and I hope it will become one of your truths. And I hope you'll embrace this other one too. Intellect cannot stand alone. The great minds of any generation have planned and carried out genocide. The well-educated expanded imperialism. Our best scientists created weapons that could wipe out the world. Well-read politicians enact policies that starve little children. Great business leaders have progressed us so far that we've destroyed, fingers crossed not irreparably, our environment. Intellect divorced from emotion and morality is monstrous. Don't be monstrous. But emotion divorced from intellect and reasoning, well, that's just narcissism and manipulation. Whew, this got kind of heavy, didn't it? So let me give you some more advice. And again, not the truth, just my advice. And by the way, poke the 9th, 10th, and 11th graders so they're listening now, because I know they always do what I say. So tell them to uncover their ears. Here's some advice. Dance, sing, draw, sculpt. Even when you're bad at it, it's fun. Decide what you need and what you want, but be careful about confusing the two. That is not an easy task. You deserve to have what you need. You do not deserve to have what you want, so be aware when you get it. Floss your teeth. Trust a 62-year-old woman on this one. Balance what you want and what the larger society needs. We need the bus driver to be on time, the web designer to check those links on the website, the researcher to be thorough and accurate, even if they are having bad days or lack motivation. Remember that when you are the bus driver, the web designer, and the researcher. Wear deodorant. Swipe, swipe. Seriously, how hard is it? You do not exist to be protected. Read and view stuff that makes you uncomfortable, that introduces you to worlds that are completely alien to your own. You live within a certain time, body, family, city, country, and mindset. Others live and have lived within their own. You cannot understand, and notice I'm not saying agree with or even empathize with, but you cannot understand others in different times, bodies, families, etc., without exposure to their stories. And if that exposure makes you uncomfortable, so you're uncomfortable, you'll live. Every once in a while, take those earbuds out of your ears. Your life needs a soundtrack all the time? No. And by taking them out, you'll notice the world around you and take yourself out of your own head. Show up. As a friend, as a child to your parents, as a sibling, a coworker, a community member, things get done by people who show up. Not only physically, although that's important, but those who look around and think, what needs to be done here? And then do it. Sometimes, though, what needs to be done is noticing what others need help with and helping. And so now I'm looking around and noticing what needs to be done. I need to stop talking. So thank you for being our students, for being my students, for pushing me, for amusing me, for sometimes even listening to me. And in a couple of seconds, I'll scurry off this stage, quick as a bunny, so we can get you graduated. I wish you good lives, good peace, and good luck. Love you.
Dang, Miss Carol. Give it up for Miss Carol. And that concludes our series of speeches. And now is time for the granting of the diplomas. Here at the Center School, this experience will be accompanied with the reading of grad cards, which are optional short tributes to the soon-to-be graduates. You are still seniors for about 30 more minutes. And they're written by the people that students care about, whether they're friends, family, educators, and more. This year, we have a record 4 readers of grad cards to help honor these seniors. 4. Please welcome to the stage Andrea DeSaro, Michelle Hayes, Edward Rowe, and Sam Wolk. While they make their way across the field, for the granting of the diplomas, I also invite Principal Dr. Casey and Seattle School Board Director, Director Ms. Rahi, to receive the oncoming seniors and give them their diploma and take the photo at the center of the stage. Quick review, seniors, you're going up the sides, coming to the center, getting that picture, taking the diploma cover, it's just the cover, and then you're heading back to your seat, so you're doing that loop. Are you ready? Who's our first grad card reader? Oh, you got it, okay, let's begin.
Alexander Abbas. Congratulations to the best son a mother could wish for. I'm so proud of you. Go forth and start the next phase of your life as a high school graduate and college student with so much love and admiration. Sarah, Mom.
Clyde Ailes. Clyde, we are so proud of you for making it to this moment. This is a huge accomplishment. You are an incredibly creative, kind, helpful, and uplifting person. You are also an amazing artist. Your artwork is astounding, skillful, innovative, and filled with expression and authenticity. You have the powerful ability to communicate truth and spark emotion through your visual work. This is a superpower that you can help keep you afloat through all the ups and downs of life. Remember that and keep making art no matter what. You are ready to move on to your next adventure. Congratulations, Mix Janet art teacher.
Robin Allison. Today, we celebrate your incredible achievement. Your creativity and dedication have always amazed us. At the Center School, you've not only thrived academically, but also surrounded yourself with wonderful friends who shared your journey. We are so proud of the hardworking, talented person you've become. The support and encouragement you've received from the Center School staff has been invaluable, and we know you'll carry these experiences with you as you move forward. Congratulations, Robbie. The future is yours. Unknown name.
Liz Alton. Liz has persevered through difficult circumstances. Through personal growth, she has become a healthy, positive person. Liz's kind heart and sensitivity to others shines. We love her lovely attitude and voice, Dad and Mom. Liz, I'm so proud of all of you have accomplished. I know you will accomplish so much more. Go get it, Miss Crane. Congratulations, Lizard. What a wonderful accomplishment. This emoji. Love you so much and I'm excited to see what you do. Caroline.
Eloise Ashworth. Dear Eloise, hey Queen, girl, you have done it again, constantly raising the bar for us all and doing it flawlessly. Since I can remember, I've watched you shine on the stage, from karaoke in the living room to stealing the show in theater performances to walking the stage now at graduation. You are funny, smart, charismatic, kind, and strong, and I know it will take you far. No words can describe how proud I am. Your family all love you very much. Congratulations, Eloise. Love, your big sister, Iris.
Jasper Boutte. We all know Jasper. We've experienced him blasting music in the halls, making strange concoctions in the commons, barging into classes with bizarre requests, sharing weird games or websites with random students, and causing a general ruckus. Jasper is caustic, brash, and disarming, but I'm gonna let you in on a huge secret. Jasper is a big, gooey cinnamon roll. He is a total sweetheart, a caring and generous person who brings joy and laughter to every situation. Jasper's friendliness is well known at the Center School, and his classmates describe him as fun, enthusiastic, smart, eccentric, and loud. Jasper has achieved amazing things already and is set up for success and a wonderful life ahead. Miss Neal. And one more. Congratulations, Jasper. All the best as you go forward. Love, Grammy.
Felix Kane. Felix G. Kane, master of time, space, and dimension, conqueror of all things taco, escaper from Targoff, slayer of the beast in the sea, defeater of high school. And most important of all, our beautiful son, whom we love more than anything else in this world. We are so proud of who you are and what you have done. Felix's father.
Rom Kane. Rom P. Kane, the brave one. You never shrink when there is a wrong that needs to be righted. Your righteousness and determination are a gift to the world. Rom P. Kane, the loved one. You are forever surrounded with love because we all know how much you care, and your caring is like a magnetic fungus. Rom P. Kane, the quiet one. You see an entire world in just one blade of grass, a speck of dust, or nothing at all. Your imagination is like a river full up to its banks. Rom, may your future be like you, sunny, lovely, and fierce, Father.
Nathan Campbell. Nathan Campbell, I am so proud of you, my little Fashion Nova. You're growing up and moving into the next chapter of your life. I have no doubt you're going to do great in fashion. You're such a creative and resilient person. When life throws you challenges that for most would deter them from their goals, you have never let them affect yours. You are so caring, ambitious, fashionable, creative, and focused. You never stop or quit when things get hard. You find a way. There are all qualities that are going to get you far in life and in the fashion world. Love, Kaden.
Charlotte Chioko McCrary. Charlotte Chioko McCrary, beloved daughter of dads Paul and Doug. From day one, you have forged your own path. It may have been bumpy at times, but no one can doubt you traveled it in your own style. I mean, how many rat-loving, Jackie Kennedy-obsessed, Swiftie NFL fans are there out there in the universe? You made our house a home. Soon it will become an empty nest. But we couldn't be prouder than to be your parents and to launch you into the world for the next part of your journey. Paul Chioko and Doug McCrary, dads.
Milo Clark. People who know Milo's tenacity will not be surprised to hear that his first sentence was, "I can if I want to." If people who know Milo's fashion will not be surprised to hear that he wore a double-breasted cheetah coat for a full year when he was 4. People who know Milo's love of rap will not be surprised to know that he dressed as Alexander Hamilton every day in 2016. But only those closets know that Milo is the most fiercely loyal and loving friend and a brother one could ask for. We could not be more proud of you, from your sister by chance and your brother by choice, Violet and Rex.
Maya Cummings. It has been pure joy to watch you become the brilliant, creative, funny, and kind human being you are today. We are filled with pride and confidence as we watch you begin to leave your mark on the world. Bridget and Jay Cummings, mom and dad.
Canvas Y. De La Paz. Canvas's year included 103 cups of Starbucks Ribbon Crunches, 77 boba teas, 110 missed alarms, 110 yells from mom to wake up, 1,492 Stray Kids songs blasted, 862 bros from your brothers, 88 homework shredding attempts by your cat, 1 busted taillight, 1 Muay Thai belt, 1 Seattle Theater Group internship, and with that canvas, you persevered. Your friend Sam says it all. You did it. You have overcome so much. And to say I'm proud of you is an understatement. Glad we stayed friends these past 5 years, and your family is so proud of your achievements through adversity. We love you.
Finn Forgy. Finn, you are such a beautiful and kind soul. You have been a kind friend to me and an enabler of insanity for the past 4 years, and I am so blessed to have met you. Your baking and cake creation knowledge is top tier, and I am so excited to see you live your vanilla and strawberry flavored dream. Lots of love forever and ever, Mr. Jortsmaster.
Mateo Grossum. Mateo, you are so smart and funny, and I have the sweetest soul. You are an amazing artist. I am so proud of you and all you have accomplished in your 18 years. Graduating high school is a big deal. Navigating kindergarten through 12th grade is not an easy task. There are good times and bad times and everything in between. As you step through the door to adulthood and all that brings, know that you will always have the love and support of your family. Continue being the amazing human you are, Mom.
Jude Grayson. Congratulations on graduating. You are such a strong and amazing person. Thank you for always being there for me and being awesome. I'm so proud of you for everything you've gotten through, and I hope you continue to thrive in whatever you want to do after high school. I love you so much, Atlas, friend. Jude is one of the funniest and most hardworking people I've ever met, and I'm thrilled to see him graduate. I can't wait to hear about his future endeavors and maybe some old ones repeated a couple more times over. Love you, Jude. Beth, friend.
Eudora Itano Parsons. Eudora, congrats for winning, I guess. You are graduating and becoming #1 theatrical. Make sure to dab when you get your diploma and maybe even hit the gritty. Hey, Mr. Greenberg, what's 9 plus 10? Did you know that in terms of graduating, Eudora is the most suitable center school student for receiving a diploma? I'm super excited to see what you do in good old Oregon at SOU. We will all miss you a lot, but hopefully you visit and play Pinball FX3 with us. Leaving so soon, I know you'll kill it at Oregon land. Remember, only a spoonful. Rose, sibling.
Rose Itano Persons? That was at the request of Rose. Rose Itano Parsons. When I first met you, I thought you were really weird, and as I got to know you better, I realized that was definitely the case. Your whimsy never ceases to amaze me, and I think that's pretty sick, Rose, strutting up to claim your diploma like a boss. Your swagger matches your achievement, undeniable and bold. This moment is not just about academics. It's about your style, your flair, and your unmistakable presence. Congratulations, rock star. The world's your runway. Own it. Eros, friend.
Sylvia and Kane Little Herrick. Sylvie has been a friend of animals her entire life. Her home is filled with dogs, cats, fish, and even a turtle. Her natural abilities go hand in hand with what she has learned about animal behaviors through both personal passion and study. This has led to her crowning achievement, admittance at Oregon State University College of Agricultural Sciences, where she will focus on animal behavior. Truthfully, she could probably already be teaching animal behavior instead of beginning to study to it. The animals of the world are posed to benefit from your contributions. Wishing you all the best. Love, Auntie Courtney.
Katana Lasart. It's a privilege being your mom, and I want to thank you for your bravery, your strength, and your perseverance. Congratulations on all your accomplishments this past year, both personal and academic. I am so proud of you. I look forward to your next adventures and am excited to see what this next phase of life unfold for you. All the love and best wishes to you now and in the many years to come. Myra, Mom.
Quinn Lawson. Quinn, we are so proud of you. Like your classmates, you started high school during a terribly hard time. We have watched you embrace your fears and pursue new adventures as you never thought you would. Not everything has been easy, but you've done it. You've worked hard at Running Start and are graduating with half of your AFA completed. We're so excited for this next chapter in your life. Keep your wicked sense of humor. Continue standing up for yourself and others, and remember that you can always ask for help. We're always here for you. Congratulations. We love you, your parents.
Davin. Davin is a charismatic and supportive person. He embodies what it means to be punk rock, from his outfits to his attitude. He's a dedicated individual, going literally as far as to come down to Northgate from West Seattle to see friends. He's always been there for his friends, and there is no one I would rather have in my corner, good and bad times. Congratulations on graduating and all of your hard work. You've earned it. Henry Kackman, friend since first grade.
Paxton Kehalani Ling. Paxton is one of the most remarkably funny and wonderful people I've ever met. The way he moves through the world brings so much joy to everyone who has the honor of meeting him. Watching them grow into the wonderful person they've become has truly been a gift, and I will forever be grateful for the things they have taught me. Thank you, Paxton, for each piece of the delightful art you've made. I'm excited to see where life takes you and what great creative endeavors you find yourself on coming years. Go forth and spread peace, love, and joy. Fish.
Daniel Jude Loeb. Daniel Loeb is a smart and funny young man who has always followed his curiosity to forge new paths to his destination in his own unique way, always smelling the flowers through the course. Daniel, you made it. As a child, Daniel, you refused to be trapped in school. You would jump fences, climb out windows, and hide so well that schools shut down to find you. But when you found schools who could really see you and found your place, we are so proud of you for making it to this graduation stage, and all in one piece. Mom and Dad, Marie and Jonah Loeb.
Abigail Lowe. Since she was in kindergarten, Abigail has left the house for school each morning underneath a sign written in Latin that reads, per ardua ad astra, through hard work to the stars. And you have worked hard most of the time. And you've done so well, and you'll continue to do so. We're excited to see where the future takes you and where you take the future. The world needs smart, capable, kind, and thoughtful people like you, so keep up the good work. We're very proud of you. Congratulations, Abigail, Mom and Dad.
Sam Rose McCarthy Grant. Sam McCarthy Grant crosses this line due to his relentless persistence and the support of his friends that he met at the center school. Sam is a brilliant spark of life and has a wicked sense of humor. He moves now to the skies. Next step, a BA at Green River College in aviation and realizing his dream of becoming an airline pilot. He's the first pilot awarded a GSBA, Greater Seattle Business Association scholarship. He's the captain of his life, and we get a front row seat for his exciting future. Sam's friends, family, and community are so proud of him. Barbara, proud parent.
Anna Manolakaki. Dear Anna, after a long journey, your hard work paid off. Now there is a clear way in front of you to achieve heights of success in life. You have become a proud graduate today. It's a superb time for all of us. We love you from the core of our heart. Congratulations, Galena, mother, Costa, father, and Kat, sister.
Nico Masseri. Nico! You are 100% the coolest Nico Masseri I know. You are a creative soul, your sense of humor is 1 in a million, and you are strong and can do anything you set out to do. You've worked so hard to get where you are today, and I hope you feel proud of yourself. Hold on to all your accomplishments and remember them on the hard days. Sending you the biggest of hugs, you did it. I am so freaking proud of you. Lots of love to you, Carrie, Dean and Tommy too. Maximilian Mayer. And of course, when a student starts talking about Spinoza's axioms, the plane of eminence, and a revolutionary commitment to states of change, you start to pay attention. Maximilian, as a student, thinker, and leader, helped build a special project this year, the Seattle Center Institute for Philosophical Research. We have connected on the art of Peter Bruegel the Elder, the films of Tsai-Ming Liang, and the novels of Roberto Bolaño. And while they lost my copy of 2666 on the bus, I gained something more important, a new perspective on these works, a chance to discuss them with someone who understood their philosophical merits. Maximilian, it has been a deep honor to see the world as it is in your eyes. And that one's by me, Sam Wolk.
Eros Aita Nelson. Over the last 2 years, it has been my pleasure to get to know you as a poet, a dancer, director, actor, and playwright. When you told me you wanted to be a teacher, my heart filled with joy. Your social justice values can be seen in your artwork, and your future students will benefit from your values, talents, and passions. My ideal center school student is an artist and an activist, using their art to inspire and empower our society for the better. You are my ideal center school student. Congratulations. Now go out and change the world. Miss Beverly.
Nick Nielsen M. There you go. You've been a student these past 12 years, Nick, but you did know you've also been a teacher. We have been your pupils in Nick Academy, learning what it means to have an extraordinary privilege of being your parents. Under your professorship, we know where Meridius is on a globe. When Clyde Tombaugh discovered Pluto, how to solve a 4x4 Rubik's Cube, and the craft of the dad joke. But where you've really schooled us is in the holding patience and persistence and realizing what it means to love someone no matter what. We are so proud, Daddy and Dad, Michael and Jason.
Yanaya Glory Mackenzie Oliver. Yanaya, watching you blossom into the young lady that you have become delights my heart. Your brilliance and kindness illuminates every corner of the world with your radiant spirit. I've watched you navigate life's challenges with grace and determination. Whether excelling academically, sharing beauty tips, or caring for your siblings, you embody the epitome of strength and compassion. As you continue your journey through life, know this: dreams without goals are dreams and can ultimately fuel disappointment. Goals on the road to achievement cannot be achieved without discipline and consistency. Now, it's your time to soar. Love you, Mama Angel.
Vassar Price. Vassar is one of the smartest, most hardworking people around, and he's grown so much as a person since starting high school. One thing that hasn't changed is his weird sense of humor. He's an amazing person and a great family member and friend. Even though he can be a bit of a homebody, it's hard to find a weekend evening when he's not busy with his friends. He's a great guy, but mostly he's a weirdo. One of the best Vassar-isms is, "Here are some flowers. I cooked them up special for you." Tarkle and Salius brothers.
Molly Rice. This stunning, talented, intelligent, confident, badass person you have the honor of seeing in front of you is my baby sibling and best friend, Molly Blaisdell Rice. Molly, there's a picture somewhere of us at your primary graduation with a 4th grade me handing you a flower. That bright-eyed, blunt bob toting 5-year-old is how I still picture you sometimes. I know they would be starstruck if they could see you now. As someone once said, we're on the edge of greatness, turning darkness to light. We're right beside you, ready to fight. Go, little bestie, Marco, brother.
Emma Hava Rosenberg. Emma Hava, when you first opened your eyes on a cold night in December, confetti fell from the sky. Some say it was snow, but I saw confetti. I heard a choir of voices whisper in the night, she's here, she's here. That magical night changed me, forming a new love shaped like a willow tree in my heart. I call you Little Willow, because like the willow, you are beautiful, able to bend through a storm, and your roots run deep. I pray God will use your unique beauty and talents through your art to speak to your generation. She's here. Nona, Grandma.
Dane Salter. Dane, Lizard King, artist, Halo legend, Jedi Knight, eater of Parmesan, drinker of Baja Blast, wearer of flannel, sculptor of Oscar, the life-size Komodo dragon. We love you and are so proud of you. It's our honor to celebrate this milestone with you. You've worked so hard to get here, and the exciting part is, it's only the beginning of a future filled with family, friends, and fun. We admire your creativity, and you're the funniest person we know. You're kind and empathetic, the kind of young man we are proud to call our son, brother, and grandson. Congratulations, Darren, Dad.
Alyssa Siegmiller. Alyssa. We are so proud of you at this incredible milestone. Over the years, you've shown determination, grace, and resilience. You've become a fun, intelligent, hardworking woman. It's been a ton of fun supporting your interests in music, art, and gems. We're so excited for you to go to the University of Washington and begin your study of archaeology. As you start the next chapter of your life, know that your mom and dad will be there to support you however we can. Embrace the challenges and chase your dreams. We love you to the moon and back. Congratulations, Nick Dad and Janelle Mom.
Elizabeth Spence. So lucky to be able to celebrate our Nausicaa, clothed in a blue robe, descending onto a golden field. Mom and Dad.
Lila Stolder. When she was 5, Lila came downstairs and requested we bake something called spiced apple cake. To prepare it, she instructed no thinking while baking and don't use a hammer and nail. Daughter, sister, artist, actor, composer, kung fu fighter, philosopher, and all-around good sport. Seldom will you meet anyone so completely and utterly herself from her first 2-word sentence. That funny? To the sheets and sheets of drawing, writing, and dream world creating she produces every day. May you continue amazing and confounding us all with your sheer liveliness. And enjoy your spiced apple cake, Mom and Dad.
Rusan Summerquist. Your first hip-hop teacher said you have an incredible talent for improv. She was right, and it hasn't always been easy for you to stifle that creativity. Whether it was in the extremely disciplined environment of Pacific Northwest Ballet or being required to sit still, your body at a desk, you faced many challenges. It's an inspiration watching you overcome and finally find your footing in your senior year. We're so excited to discover what's ahead. Your spirit brings joy to us all, and we love you. Congratulations on this occasion, Mom and Dad.
Lydia Valieri Douglas. From a very early age, Lydia has displayed incredible persistence and grit. When life has thrown challenges at her, she has faced them and worked hard to overcome them. Her curiosity, sensitivity, and creativity make her the amazing young adult she is today. In the future, Lydia will continue to work hard and achieve all of her goals and dreams. Congratulations, Lydia, Jen Mom, and John Dad.
Georgia Van Hollebeck. Georgia Paloma, of the earth but given to fly. Georgia is strong and grounded, but one of the wildest souls you'll ever know. Hilarious before she could talk, expressive with her body before she could walk. She has a soaring, magnetic personality, but doesn't yearn for the spotlight. She shines like a star, but doesn't seem to notice. She is a true artist. She creates fearlessly, without judgment, without an agenda. Georgia has a brilliant mind and a compassionate heart. Georgia is love. Lucky is the world that gets to have Georgia in it. Fly free, girl. We love you, Mom and Dad.
Augustine Vasquez. Augustine embodies so many of adjectives that Center School hopes for a graduate. Kind, hardworking, dedicated, considerate, humorous, and passionate for justice, especially music justice. If you don't find Augustine taking a leadership role at the Vera Project, you may find him on stage adding some bass notes to some rizzing tunes. As the report card should state, you have been an absolute pleasure to work with, and please find ways to integrate the word center in the future songwriting. Mr. Greenberg.
Scarlett Wenneman. The last 4 years, you have shown me that you are a passionate, persistent, and talented artist, both on stage and backstage. Through your actions and contributions to Center's theater program, good luck in New York next year, and I hope your dream of performing on Broadway comes true. Also, the Stonewall Minecraft. If you know, you know, Miss Beverly. Scarlett, you constantly impress us with your resilience and strength in the face of challenges, and we are grateful to the Center School community for their unwavering support. We know you will do great things at Pace University in NYC as you step into the future. Remember that you are loved and supported every step of the way, Mama and Dad.
Benry Williams. Benry, you are so passionate and creative, and I feel terribly lucky to have run across you in sophomore graphic design class. The ways you have developed and expanded as a person these few years have been beautiful to witness, and I'm so happy to see you achieve greater and greater freedom and joy in your life. You are also so ridiculously funny, and I hope I can laugh with you as a cherished friend for many more years to come. Lots of love, Mr. George Master.
M. Creighton Wright. We are so proud of all that you have accomplished so far in your young life. You set your sights high and achieved all of it in academic and creative pursuits. It is incredibly amazing to see what you've been able to do, from making and mending your clothes to taking and loving the variety of science classes at Central. You are a tremendous force of inspiration, and we can't wait to see what is next for you at Western. Love, Mom and Dad.
Isaac Yu. Dearest Isaac, from your family who's always love you and too often annoy you. It was a privilege and an honor to have spent 18 years with you in the same house, learning from you what the world should be. As you walk across the stage, our hearts burst with pride for what you have accomplished and break a little because we will no longer have front row seats to your next chapter at college. Thank you for being the first in our family. Thank you for being the last in the graduation. Thank you for being you. Moo, Ribbit, Autumn, Mother.
Okay, let's give it up to all those grad card readers. Ms. D, Ms. Hayes, Mr. Rowe, Mr. Wolk, and all the people who wrote them, many of whom are here right now. And the question you must be asking right now is, are they graduates? They got a diploma in their hand, and the answer is no, not yet, not yet. Not until we hear from our school board director. Dr. Casey, will you please present the class?
Oh, definitely. So, Director Mizraha, I totally mispronounced your last name. Director Joe, do you accept the Center School graduating class of 2024?
I was told to pause to create a sense of drama here. Dr. Casey, on behalf of the Seattle Public Schools School Board and the citizens of Seattle that we represent, I hereby accept the Center School High School class of 2024. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may now turn your tassels. We present to you the Center School class of 2024.
impossible, but they forgot. This world keeps spinning, and with each new day, I can feel a change in everything. And as the surface breaks, reflections fade. But in some ways they remain the same. And as my mind begins to spread its wings, there's no stopping curiosity. I wanna turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find the things they say just can't be found. I'll share this love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's song. I don't want this feeling to go away. Who's to say I can't do everything, but I can try. And as I roll along, I begin to find things aren't always just what they seem. I wanna turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find the things they say just can't be